All right, so this video is going to cover all things BuildXact Onsite app related. We're going to look at how you get it, kind of what the goal of the app is overall, how you invite people, the different permission levels depending on who is viewing the app. Then we'll dive into some of the specific functions like leads, site diary, schedule, sharing and updating, and we'll also look at some timesheets. Note there's a specific video that covers timesheets in more detail, including things like how to approve people's timesheets and manage the cost of people. But for this video, we'll look at where they are and how they're added. Right on. So first thing to cover then is how do you get the BuildXact Onsite app? It's a pretty simple answer. You'd get it in the usual places you'd expect, like the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. If you just Google BuildXact Onsite, you'll probably end up at this page, which links to both of them. Or you could obviously go to the individual store and search. When you're looking for BuildXact Onsite specifically. Next point, what is the goal of the app? And for this one, I'm actually going to drag my phone over and unlock it. And we're going to have a quick summary through some of the points that we'll then come back into in more detail. So the whole goal is that people can contribute to your project from on-site. So this could be timesheets, it could be leads, although there's some specific uses around that, again, depending on who's accessing it. We can have people go in and they'll see the details, they can update the schedule task items, they can see documents that have been shared, as well as the what's called site diary in Australia, but on my phone in North America, it's called daily logs. They'll be able to see the logs that are made to the job and contribute to that, take photos, add posts, etc. So the goal of this whole app is really just to get the guys on site or whoever's using this on site tied into the project and they can help contribute. Next point, how do you actually invite people? So there's two ways of doing this. It's personal preference, which one you like better. You can do it from the job details tab in the specific project and you go invite. If you do it this way, it's looking through the contacts address book as far as adding people. Option 2 is if I go back to my phone over here and I go back into the job itself, you can see invite crew. Main difference is you can do it from the app itself. So if you're running around different sites, this is an easy way to do it. Specifically, the other difference is that when you hit this, it asks for access to your phone contacts, and that's because we're sending a text message to that person instead of an email, which is what they would what they would receive if you did it from the main BuildXact desktop version. The next point is what are the differences in what people see, kind of depending who they are, and the easiest way to introduce this is if I go to my business and users, these are the people, or one of them, these are the people who are accessing my main BuildXact account. Now, in other videos, we've talked about adding users and how there's no cost for that. So you can absolutely go and add people to the main BuildXact version. These people, when they go to the app, they get treated as kind of a master user of sorts. So they will be able to see all of the images, all of the documents, regardless of what's being shared to them. They'll also be able to do things like view the entirety of the task list, and that just gives them more access than if you've invited someone just for a specific part of the job. There's a few other examples, but really the main point I want to make is it will be different if you've invited someone who's not part of your BuildXact account versus someone who is. On the point of the permissions, and if I go back to the job just for a second, another easy way to point this out is if I go to a particular project and look at my documents, if I click on one of them or multiple of them, I've got the Share to Onsite app. So this permission is controlling which of the documents is seen by someone who's not a main paid user of your account. As mentioned, if you log in yourself and you're the main user on the account, you see all of these regardless, but this is a very easy example to understand. And to this point, you can share things in. It'll say on-site. Note this one's also on my client portal, hence both. A big difference between this and the client portal is that you can remove things from the Onsite app, which is great in as far as kind of reducing confusion for the guys on site. Like rather than them seeing 3 sets of plans, they just see the one that's current, so you can control what's shared and what's removed. Now back into the app. So again, opening this up, let's cover some specific parts that are in here. So whenever anyone opens it, they'll see view job invitations. This again has a little bit of difference depending on who you are, if you're the main user or if you are an invited crew member. So job invites, for example, me as the main user, I don't have any, I just get access to everything. But if I've been invited as a crew member, then this is relevant to me. We'll go through the other parts. So timesheets I'll come back to. I'll jump into, for now, the leads one as the first port. Now, leads is most useful for obviously you as a business owner or a project manager. And the intent is that you can do the same function as you would via the leads section in BuildExact itself on your phone. So if I go into a lead I've already got existing, you'll see it's the same kind of information, client details, project details, scroll down, notes, images, etc. Some notable differences is if you go add note, I don't know if you can see this, there you are. Most phones you can do voice to text. So this is a nice little bonus feature. If you're using the phone app, you can just talk to it and it does the text. You can also, for the images, if I do this, like a lot of other phone apps, you'll have the option to load from your photos or take a photo right then. So we can do that from the app as well. The main point is that if you're going into a site visit and you want to get some stuff in here before you forget, it's super easy to sit in your car or truck or whatever and enter this literally straight after leaving the site or even having it open while you're doing a site walk. Lovely. Next one here is let's look at the site diary. So I'm going to go into one of my jobs, and I've already pointed out that there's a bit of a wording difference because I'm in the US. The North American area, and mine says daily logs. So how does someone use this? Now, they will see all of the site diary posts that already exist. So if I go to a job, and again, flicking between them quite a lot, any site diary post that's already been made will be visible on the Onsite app, and any post that is made from the Onsite app will be visible here in the site diary area. As far as how this actually gets used, they can like things, they can comment on things, they can go and add their own posts, which I'll quickly do. So example. And as mentioned, you can add photos from your photo reel. I won't do this right now, but you can add up to 15 just on the go. Lovely. Let's look at the updating of completion on the schedule tasks. So back to this job details tab and view task list. Now, there's another video, specifically the schedule video, which talks about how to get this stuff into the app to begin with. But I'm just going to quickly flip through a very brief part of it. Under the settings in the schedule, there's an option to say sync task list with BuildExact Onsite, which controls whether this is visible on the app or not. And when we're sharing stuff, we're specifically sharing tasks that have people assigned to it. So the goal is that you are able to be on top of when people have completed tasks, when they're expected to show up for tasks, etc. And then in the case of the crew, so this, as mentioned before, this will be different based on who that person is, whether they see just their tasks or all tasks, but they can come in and go, either it's halfway done, fully done, mark as complete, etc. They will get some insight into what tasks in the schedule are connected to this. So this just talks to them about, if this is late, then it's pushing back another task. And the main goal is that we want people on site to be able to update progress, which then reflects into your schedule. Lucky last for this, and we'll go back to the main screen, home, create timesheet. So this is specifically for the build exact timesheet function. And as mentioned earlier, there's a whole video just on this. But the main thing to quickly highlight is people can enter their shift time. They can add breaks. They can search and link it to the correct job. Note that, as I've touched on a few times, there's permissions. So as you'd expect, if you've just invited someone for one project, they don't see all the other projects. And then there's a bit of an open question here around how much you want people to add. So if I go there, the person on site could assign a category and even an item for this time to link against. They don't have to. If they do, you get a chance to edit it anyway. But we have this here because the use cases are kind of different. You might have a supervisor that knows the project really well and wants to assign this time. And when the timesheet is approved, it'll show up against that cost category in the job. Other use case, you might have guys that have no idea about how you've structured the job, and all they need to do is pick the right project. If that's all they do at a minimum, that's fine. You'll get to change it later. And they can make notes as well, which do show up on the timesheet records. So this could be something like, hey, this task was me standing the frame and it's all done. So they can do whatever they want. Lovely. Now that's pretty much a complete overview of the app. I highly recommend you download it, log in, play with it, test it out, see how it works for you. And as always with these videos, if there's any questions, reach out, but hope it's been helpful. Thanks so much.